everyone. So today I'm going to talk about what it's like to live in a mobile home park in my tiny house. It's the second part to the video I did earlier about finding my tiny house parking spot. So today I'm just going to go over what it's like to live in the mobile home park, how I feel, do I feel safe? I was asked that question. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you on the other end. So how do I like living in the mobile home park? Honestly, I love it. It's such a cute little community. People are so friendly. The first summer that I was here, and when we were doing the skirting and I was, just puttering around outside, cleaning things up, and when they laid the sod, and it was, people would walk by and they would stop to say hello. If they were driving by, everybody would drive by very slowly because people haven't seen a tiny house on wheels. They've likely seen one on a video. The HGTV has that show, or they've seen them in articles, but they haven't seen one in person. So there was a lot of curiosity, but people were so friendly. They would walk their dogs by really slow. And if I was outside, I would say hello. People would sort of call out, hey, I love your house, or cute house, or welcome to the neighborhood. And it was really nice. Every time I'd go for a walk, people are friendly. They'd say hello. It was just like any other neighborhood, but it really feels like a small town sort of community versus the big city neighborhoods. Here, people are out front. And now that it's summer in particular, and last summer as well, everybody's out. There's, people are out walking their dogs. There are a lot of families with kids here, and there are a lot of seniors as well. But it's friendly. It's really friendly, and I've never felt unsafe, not once. There are some characters in that, you see some people and they're like, they belong in central casting, like Tony, the park handyman. If you went to central casting and said, give me a grizzly old cowboy type, that would be Tony. But heart of gold could not do enough for you as long as you showed respect and appreciated what he did. When they laid the sod in the front yard, I didn't expect that. I didn't do that. I went to work one day, no sod, just gravel out front. I came home, there was dirt laid, sod laid, and a sprinkler on with a hose. That's what I came home to. And 20 minutes later, Tony drives up, and I thanked him, and he says, just keep it wet. Water is free here because I don't pay for water or sewer. Just keep it wet. And man, did I make sure that I kept that grass wet and that sod took, because Tony didn't have to do that. And I knew that it would be really disrespectful for me not to have taken care of it. So I made sure to, just to show my appreciation. I also, a few months after I moved in, found out what Tony drank, and then took a big case of his favorite beer and a thank you card over to his trailer one day to just say thank you. Because again, people just want to be, to know that you appreciate what they do for you, and then they're happy to help. Are there any scary characters in the park? Not that I've seen. There are not even any scary dogs in the park. There's just really friendly dogs. It's just, it's got a very small town feel. I don't feel unsafe. In fact, I feel very safe. I've met my neighbors. They're all very friendly. I know that if I ran into trouble, if I yell, somebody will hear me. But I don't anticipate that being a problem. The community is safe. Tony drives around twice a day to make sure that everything's good, and there's only one way in and out. There's two roads, one in that you can get in and out, but they go down the same exit. So people don't drive through the park to get anywhere, and that, I think, makes it safer. It's just, no, I don't feel unsafe at all. I think it really depends on, obviously, where you move, but this is just a very friendly little community, and I felt very welcome right from the very beginning. Now that I've been here this long, I feel like I'm, just part of the community. There are really nice little walkways, pathways close by, and it's about a 30-minute walk, half-hour walk to a park along the river, which is really a nice walk at the end of a day. So it's home, and I don't think maybe I feel comfortable here because I don't have a perception of mobile home parks being scary in any way, or I don't have any negative sort of connotations when I think about mobile home parks. Not sure if that's the right word, but it feels very friendly, and it feels very safe, and it's clean, and yeah, there are some older homes here that are a little bit run down, but in general, oh my God, Sophie, she just took off with my little clicker. Seriously, that cat really wants to eat. I'm almost done. Anyways, that is pretty much the video. I hope that I've answered your question about how I found my spot and how I feel about living in a mobile home park. Obviously, there might be some mobile home parks that are sketchy and maybe a little rougher around the edges, but I think in general, people are people, and people are friendly, and if you just accept people for who they are, and if you're friendly, and if you try to fit in, that it's not hard to feel safe and to feel comfortable. You know, I see the same people walking at the end of every day, and we say hello. When I go get my mail, which the mailbox is over by the clubhouse, you know, I always see, you know, people there. It never occurs to me that it's not going to be safe. I've had no reason to feel unsafe, and I doubt I will. Of course, when you're living in close sort of proximity to other people, there's the possibility that you could have a neighbor that's sort of batshit crazy. But I don't think people move in and out as often in a mobile home park. So people tend to be here for a long period of time. Also, it's my understanding that quite a number of the homes, when the parents get old, pass away, and or move, you know, to care facilities, that then the younger people are starting to take over the homes because housing in Calgary is so expensive. And, you know, a mobile home is obviously quite a bit more reasonable. Excuse me. So it's interesting to see that dynamic, that there are a lot of families here, a lot of younger people and with kids. So that's kind of cool too. And I think that reinvigorates a neighborhood. There's a new development happening just on the outside of the park towards Canada Olympic Park. And there's condos going in there. There's a farmer's market going in there across the highway. So, you know, really close by, they're putting in a Save on Foods. There's going to be a lot of, you know, little shops and restaurants down there. And that's all within, like, seriously, 5-minute walking. And that's close by too. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know how long I'll be here and whether that will all be finished by the time, you know, while I'm still here. But they're working on it, and it won't be long before that Save-On's done, which is nice. There's, you know, a Starbucks, there's gas stations, there's liquor stores. The community that I live by has a great little local grocery store that I've really tried to support through this whole Corona-geddon happening, because it's nice to support local businesses. The same with the little liquor store that I go to. It's a family-owned business, and they're super friendly. So I have been drinking a little bit more than usual, like most people, and I make sure to go there to support them during all of this. I use my laundry facilities here, my washer dryer combo unit, mostly just to wash, and I hang my clothes up to dry. If I do bigger things, normally I would take that to the little laundromat that's in the neighborhood close by, and it's also, you know, just a cute little place. And I will do a video on the washer dryer combo unit and what I think of it at some point. That's my video on how do I feel about living in a mobile home park in my tiny house on wheels. I hope you found that useful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Comments are always greatly appreciated. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It would be awesome to have you join my family and be part of this tiny house community. If you're thinking of building, I'd like to know what you're thinking of building, and if you've started yet. I hope you're doing okay through all of this. I think we can almost see a light at the end of the tunnel. That's not the lights from an oncoming train. That's a relief. It being spring and the snow being gone and us being able to spend time outside, that's making a big difference. At least it is for me, and I hope it is for you as well.